Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Modern Warfare. Not that anybody's gonna notice this, but this is actually the second time I'm recording this video. Although, unlike previous times I've had to re-record videos, this time it was not because of a technical issue, it was actually because of me. I mentioned this on Twitter before, but I know most of the people watching this probably don't follow me there. Me and this game are not the best of friends at the moment. What the fuck just happened there? Good to know that Warzone's poisoning the rest of the community as well. Anyway, I started out recording a video earlier and it just kinda, I don't want to say it didn't go well, maybe somebody would have enjoyed watching it, but basically the games I was getting into weren't really great, and so the video kind of turned into like, I guess, a rant video about, my opinions on Modern Warfare and kind of like why I think it has issues and whatnot. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, and also that is a kind of video I'd like to make at some point in the future. And the reason I'm redoing it is I actually sat down to edit it. I was thinking like, oh yeah, like people like a good rant video, right? And I was sitting there editing and I'm just like, nothing I'm saying is wrong, but it sounds like I'm just whining. I definitely do want to make that video someday, like the Modern Warfare rant. I'd prefer to do it in less of a, annoyed or pissed off sort of state. Like I'd like to be a bit more level-headed about it and to have my criticisms sound like they're actually going to have some merit rather than it just being, one guy having a few bad games that's just gonna bitch about the game, you know what I mean? Because in my opinion, any criticism of any game or anything like that is immediately dampened when it's being made by somebody who's like getting wrecked. Whatever they're saying might be correct, but it's a little bit hard to believe that you're not just somebody who's, disgruntled about the fact that they're not doing very well. So yeah, that's a video I'll be making when I'm a little bit, more composed. I eventually realized I just needed to drop into ground war here because this is definitely a lot more casual and easier for me to deal with. Speaking of videos, my Bloodborne video went up on Friday. If you didn't see that, definitely go check it out. I'm really proud of it. I definitely feel like I think the style that I'm gonna stick with for the rest of that series and probably for most of like the other games that I'm gonna be playing in general. My general bar for videos is that I have to enjoy watching them, and I really enjoyed watching that one back. Like, a lot of times I'll make a video and I'll be like, alright, I made this, I'm kind of sick of looking at it. But the Bloodborne video, I really didn't feel that way. Even after I rendered it out after spending hours and hours editing it, so I definitely think I found a good style to kind of stick with that. One annoying thing that did happen, though, is that, for some reason, the video got stuck in 30 FPS. I don't really know how that happened. Like, the timeline on Adobe somehow got stuck in 30 frames per second. I really don't understand how that happened. I don't know if it's something I did. I don't usually mess with any sort of like default settings or anything like that when I make videos, so I'm not entirely sure where that came from. But yeah, it is a little disappointing to me that that video is stuck in 30 FPS because I really am proud of it. The saving grace though is that Bloodborne runs in 30 FPS, I'm pretty sure, so it's not like, anybody's gonna be seeing any sort of massive quality downgrade. But yeah, I didn't even notice that had happened until after I already uploaded it, because I went to watch it back on YouTube. I watch all my videos back just to make sure, nothing went wrong with the upload or anything like that. But basically when I was watching it back, I discovered that there was no 60 FPS option for some reason. And then when I was investigating that, I figured out that, I'd screwed something up with the settings. But other than that, the video came out really good, I think. But yeah, Season 5's on the way. I'm really hoping that game brings back my motivation to play Modern Warfare, because right now, I don't want to get too much back into it because I don't want this to turn into a second rant video, but every day that goes by, it becomes harder and harder for me to play this game, man. It really does. There's like a lot of weirdness with Modern Warfare right now. Like, for example, I noticed that my aim was like really off for a while, and I wasn't really sure why. I was originally thinking it was just like, oh yeah, I suck. Then it turns out it's not because I suck. For whatever reason, the game decided to change my aim assist type without letting me know. I typically play on precision aim assist, and I have been playing on that for months. I mean, I switched it to that back in like January, but then for whatever reason, I went to go check the settings today, and for whatever reason, my aim assist had been set back to standard. I don't know how much of a difference that was making, but honestly, after I set it back, I immediately started playing better. I don't know if it's psychological or what, but like, I just want to know what changed it, because I didn't do that. I just realized I don't really have a ground war class. Let me try, let me change one of these up. Let me make this one the ground war class. Ground war. So we'll just do my normal AX50, I think. But then here's something I actually do want to try. For my secondary, I'm going to try using the Rytec, but I'm going to try using the big boy Rytec. So let's do the big boy barrel, the recoil stabilization. We'll add the tac laser to try and get some of that ADS speed back. Stippled grip tape, and then the explosive rounds. And we'll make it obsidian with the charm. Actually, no, you know what? Instead of stippled, let's do recoil control. So now we got the long range and we got the relatively short range. It's give that a try. I've never actually made a Ground War class, so maybe this will be fun. To be honest, I'm just desperate for anything that'll make me want to play this game at this point. I think Ground War's definitely the place to be when I'm tilted, because this is going much better than the last session. All right, how's the ADS? It could be a lot worse. So Season 5's on the way, and I did see the leaks for the new sniper, the R700 or whatever it's supposed to be. Now, from the way it looked to me, it looks like it's gonna actually be a marksman rifle. I think that for a couple reasons. First of all, it looks and handles almost exactly like the Kar 98 does. Granted, I don't know exactly how much of its animations and whatnot are still placeholder. I don't know how finished this weapon is. But the other thing was also from the gameplay that I saw, the person was firing it with no scope, which is not something you can do with any of the other snipers in the game. You can only do that with the marksman rifles. Now, obviously, that could be a function of it not being finished as well. Like, it could also be that, you know, they just haven't added on the scope asset or something like that. But to be honest, I would actually prefer it to be a marksman rifle, because the marksman rifles in this game are much more usable than the snipers in most situations. I would actually prefer a new marksman rifle, especially if it's something like the Kar. Like, if we get another Kar that maybe, like, does a little bit more damage and handles a bit slower, I'd actually be okay with that. Like, that's what I've been asking for all along, pretty much, is the old Kar 98 before the ADS buff, like the way it was before that, and then just give me, you know, a little bit more damage. Oh my god, I cannot believe I hit that guy. That was insane. That might be the longest shot I've ever hit. I don't even know. But yeah, the leaked gameplay was pretty cool. I don't know when we're gonna see that gun. It did not look very finished at all. It didn't have any textures or anything. But then again, the Rytec also looked pretty much like that when I first saw gameplay of it, and it came out like pretty much a month later. Jesus, what is with me in these long shots today? This might be the go-to class from now on, to be honest. Oh, we got him DEFCON'd. All right, I think I'm taking the explosive rounds off. Those explosive rounds are not as good as I thought they would be. Instead, let's put on the... Yeah, let's throw on the thermal, why not? But yeah, other than the sniper, I haven't really heard a whole lot about what's coming in Season 5. I know there's like a faction and stuff, but I haven't really been paying attention, to be honest. I just hope there's enough cool stuff to keep me interested, because honestly, I'm begging for reasons to play this game at this point. The thing is, right, like, this is the time of year where usually I've completed everything I wanted to in a Call of Duty game. You know, like, back in the day, I'll have prestige to the point I wanted to get to, or like, I've unlocked all the camos for the guns that I want, which is kind of the case now. Like, I have the Obsidian Rytec, the Obsidian AX50, the Obsidian Kar. You know, there's not really a whole lot else that I want to achieve on this game. So this is the point in the year where it's just like, all right, you know what, let's just hop on with my friends. We're gonna just, you know, pub stomp for a couple hours. It's gonna be a good time. I can show off my fancy camos to all the other people in the lobby. It'll be a good time. But the thing is, that's not really how it works because of the whole skill-based matchmaking thing. I've talked about it before. Like, it feels like basically the better I do, the harder it is to enjoy the game, because the worse and worse lobbies I wind up getting put into. And you know, again, that's not to say that I think this is a bad game or anything to that effect. I'm just saying, you know, I'm kind of tired of what this game has to offer at this point. Damn, this thing really does have no recoil on it, does it? Look at that. Look at that, I just got 3 kills. And I got a cruise missile now. I have to find somewhere where people won't look for me. I'm in a bad spot. I actually want to get kill streaks. I've never gotten kill streaks in a Ground War game before. I want to see what happens. See, this is why I want to get kill streaks in a Ground War lobby. Look at all those little dots. Look at that. Like, that, like, I didn't even have to try, and I just got a double kill. There's one. Oh my god, get absolutely obliterated. Oh, that was a hope and a prayer shot right there is what that was. That was insane. I cannot believe I actually hit that. I'm liking this souped up Rytec. This thing is nice. I should do this more often. Oh god. Now let's go around the back here, see what's what. Oh, fuck. Hello? Where was that Semtex? Where? Yo, This game, man. This game is incredible. Anyway, that's about it for this video. My next Modern Warfare video will probably be on Season 5, and we'll see what that brings for us. I think that starts when? On Tuesday? I'm not really sure. Honestly, I haven't been paying any attention whatsoever. If you haven't seen my Bloodborne videos, definitely go check them out. I'll put a link to the playlist in the description. I'm planning on uploading those every single Friday. And now, without further ado, I'm gonna go play a game that treats me like I actually matter.